Right, we're live.
Hi guys.
Hi, everybody. Long time.
Yeah, I've forgotten the name of the show.
Just video game
Video
show.
game. Video game show.
Video
There you
game show
go.
number 3. Yeah, it's been like I actually listened to our last one, which was
Oh
episode
no.
9, and it was April 2015. Can you believe that shit?
It was a long time ago, yes.
It was. We talked about I think we talked about Quantum Break and like what the NX and all that stuff. Some of all this stuff has come to fruition now, which is kind of strange. So yeah, it was a while ago. We're back.
So who'd have thought that the Quantum Break would ever have been released?
It was getting delayed a lot, wasn't it?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
We're getting a bit annoyed at it. And then it came out. But yeah. So yeah. Anyway, we're back. So it's me, Trev, again, and I'm with Mr.
Stuart.
McNeill. Yes.
Yeah.
Owner of the only retro game shop in London.
I don't think there are any others.
You know what?
Yeah.
I think you're the only video game shop in London.
Do you know what? I think that's also true.
Yeah.
I'm hearing feedback. I'm hearing my own voice.
Have you got like the speaker on your phone or something? No. Maybe jack some earphones in.
I've got earphones in. No, it's okay. Okay. It's okay now. It's okay now.
It's just the voice in your head, I think.
I think yeah. Must be.
So you've got the only video game shop in London, and I think the surrounding sort of boroughs, like Essex and Kent and all that.
Should we just say England?
Just say England, yeah, Europe.
Yeah.
So we're back again. We're going to try, and obviously we keep saying this, but we're going to try and do, a couple a month or something.
I think we should do 4 a week.
At least per hour.
For a daily one, a daily podcast.
A daily.
A couple of hours each time. Couple of hours each time.
We could always do like a Playnation Gets thing, couldn't we? Because you've got a lot of stuff. That would take several hours, wouldn't it? So I guess we'll kind of just go into it then, shall we? Like we didn't have a year gap.
What have you been playing, Trevor?
Yeah. Well, it's funny actually. I've come to like a period at the moment where I'm getting to the end of a whole bunch of things that I've been playing on and off for a while.
Yeah.
So, funny enough, Quantum Break, I finished that at the weekend.
Yeah, was it good?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, a lot of people didn't like thought the TV show bits were very cheesy. I thought they were all right. It was a good story. It's quite. There's lots of really difficult bits though, like because in Dark Souls, difficult. Like
really,
there's kind of. I remember 3 bits that I it took me 15 odd goes to get past, and this is on like normal kind of difficulty. And the final boss. Paul Serene, who's the sort of bad guy for the whole thing, his boss fight that you have with him at the end, that took me about 20 goes, took me 2 hours.
Oh.
And it's only like a sort of 20-minute sort of thing if you manage to get through it beginning to end. Well, I did it, and I did it, so that's done now. LA Noire, I'm nearly at the end of. I've got about 3 or 4 cases to finish.
Yeah.
Nearly done that. Enjoyed that. It's been good. It's kind of like a point-and-click adventure is how I describe it. With a bit of Grand Theft Auto in there.
I know, I've got LA Noire, but it puts me off.
Bloody long.
It just goes. It's a long game, and
it's really long. Yeah.
Yeah, that just puts me off it. Yeah, really just puts me off it. And I'm quite not sure why, really, but
it's like it's sort of broken into cases, or well, they kind of missions had been in the other game, but they're broken up into cases. But some of those cases can take you can take you a good hour. Like on its own, and times that by like 30. Well, I guess that kind of makes it sound like it's only 30 hours, but it's also there's cut scenes and all that stuff in between.
Yeah,
so about 50 hours it will take you at a leisurely pace to get through it.
Yeah,
so it's long, but I'm nearly at the end, so I'm kind of powering through it. I'm not driving to things. I'm getting my my partner to drive me to the places, because that's what takes a lot of time as well, because the gaps between places it's really long. So that
hasn't it got really bad driving mechanics? Like it's driving a tank on ice or something like that, I heard.
Well, kind of like Grand Theft Auto 4 had terrible, like it was a boat you're controlling. It's not like that.
No.
It's all right. It's not neat like Grand Theft Auto 5. It was basically Need for Speed sort of controls, wasn't it? It's not quite as arcadey as that, but it's fairly easy. But you do like get punished for damaging things if you kind of hit a pedestrian. You can't really kill anybody by running. Well, you can if you make a big point of like running someone over. You can run them over, but for the most part, they always get out of the way. And if you hit other cars, you have to. It takes like lowers your rating that you get at the end of the mission. The bit that gets me is the interrogations, which is the whole big thing about the game, the selling point that they promoted about it.
Yeah,
because the 3 options you get when you're talking to them, to lie, doubt, or believe them. The doubt and the lie one is always really vague what the difference is there. So you'll say, right, I doubt him, and then no, that was wrong. It was a lie you were supposed to select. I was like, what's the bloody difference? That annoys me.
I think it's the subtleties, isn't it?
Yeah, but then
it's the subtleties of a case where if you're going into something, I doubt that's true. You're not saying someone's a liar. You're trying to get them to give you more information. I doubt that's true, actually, and then they'll go, but.
Yeah, they kind of like you're supposed to watch there because it's got amazing facial animation. It looks completely lifelike, and you're supposed to like judge their facial animations to make a decision on the interrogation. It's almost like a mini game. But they'll say their little bit, and then you have which one you're going to choose: lie, doubt, or truth. And they'll put a really shifty face on, like I don't know about this. So you go, yeah, he's lying, bang, lie. Then it says doubt was the one you should have picked. I was like, how can you like? It's just annoying. But I enjoyed it, but yeah, it is long. You got to dedicate. It's taken me like on and off a year to get through it.
Yeah, that's it's just not a game for me. So I have got it here. I might give it a go at some point, but you got
to set aside a point of time to do it.
As I've said before on this podcast, my favourite game is about 8 to 10 hours long.
Cover-based shooter.
Cover-based shooter. Yeah, I might mention one of those in a minute.
Same here. Actually, that's another one that I need to talk about.
So it'll just be what wouldn't be right for me. But what's the next game you've been playing?
So, talking about a cover-based shooter, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Nearly finished it. The last 10 minutes. There's this annoying little bit where you got to aim rock throwing thingies in a certain direction. I worked it out at the last minute, but then it was 1 in the morning. I was like, I can't need to go to bed now, so I stopped it. I might jump back in after we finished our podcast, but I've nearly finished it. Really enjoyed it. Better than Tomb Raider, as in the first reboot Tomb Raider. It's definitely better than the 1996 Tomb Raider.
I think that's not difficult. Now, answer me a question. I had the Tomb Raider, the one that came out about 3 years ago, and I really enjoyed it. I was going through it, but maybe I sound like a really awful gamer here. But it suddenly got.
Did you finish it, Stu?
A war. I didn't finish it. No, it got to a war of attrition, where it was you just get more and more enemies, and then.
Sponges big time as well.
Exactly, and they would just give you, instead of there would be plenty of weapons around.
Yeah,
you would have a bow and arrow and a mime language, a freaking pea shooter, and I was just I forgot to say, it's getting really hard now. It's just getting, it's just like a chore to get through every little section. I
found Rise of the Tomb Raider is actually a lot easier.
Right, okay.
I play it on normal. I play all games on normal because I kind of feel like that's the difficulty that the developer wants you to play at. So I try and do it like that. And I haven't really found any, not like I'll mention Quantum Break, there's bits that took me 15, 20 goes because they have real bullet sponge bad guys. You'll sit there with a machine gun unloading into some dude and he'll just take it and he'll just be he'll have a one hit thing to kill you with. But you don't get that. I mean, I made a point of, you go to your little campfire thingies and you level up your one of your attributes, or you can upgrade your weapons. I made a point of just upgrading the shotgun and the bow and arrow. And the bow and arrow has an extra arrow you can use now. So if there's 3 dudes gathered around and you're in stealth mode, you can just fire this explosive tipped arrow at one of them and it'll blow up and it'll kill all 3 of them in one go. So you've cleared a section nearly completely in one go. And I upgrade the shotgun. Because there were bits in the game when you're it's a hard bit where they've purposely got boss type bad guys, but because I'd leveled up the shotgun so much, I was like Terminator. I was just going around like shooting them, and they would just die like straight away. Even just in like the chest, didn't even have to aim for the head. So level up. So basically, and also your brawler attribute, upgrade that. I've got that to maximum, which means I can one-hit kill people.
Okay, the question is now. You've sold me on this game now. Should I get it on the Xbox One? Of course, it'd be a little bit cheaper, and it's I'm sure there's plenty of copies laying around. Yes. Or should I get it on the PS4, which has a slightly higher frame rate?
I'd say PS4. Well, I've been playing it on the PC, which is like the definitive version you can get. But I would say the closest to that would be the PS4.
PS4, yeah.
DLC for free that I have to pay for.
That's true.
I only bought the thing when it came out. So I'd get that, yeah. It's like 20th anniversary edition, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I would get that, but I would definitely get it if you like those sort of games anyway. And yeah, it's very much Uncharted Lara Croft edition. With Gears of War bits in it. But that's not a bad thing. It's kind of borrowing from. And to be fair, you could argue that they borrowed off Tomb Raider in some ways. So
I think so. Yes, I did enjoy that Tomb Raider from a few years ago. That was a very good game. But yeah, just got a little bit.
It took Tomb Raider into Uncharted territory.
Uncharted.
You see what I did there?
I see. Yeah, that was clever. Yeah.
So that I nearly finished it right at the end, and apart from that, just FIFA 17 career mode. But the my player, my pro, whatever it's called, mode.
What, the journey mode? Are you doing the story mode?
No, I want to. I haven't tried it yet because it's some weird like Mass Effect like BioWare football thing, isn't it? They've kind of put in there. I want to try it. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's the first time this has ever been in a football game." It's not. I think I told this about you the other day or last time I saw you, but there's something like this in ISS 2000 on the N64.
That's what I don't like about FIFA and EA. They just rip people off.
They just totally rip off.
They just rip off
specifically
ideas of other games from 17 years earlier.
Exactly. It's literally there's an RPG. If you play it on the N64, you've probably got it in your shop, but it's fairly common. There's an RPG mode where you play. It's not like you play as the one dude in a match. You still play as the team, but you've got to try and make sure you pass to your dude, and then he levels up, and you have chats with the manager, and you've got like all that stuff. So it's already been done. They just like made it Mass Effect kind of type thing. But no, I'm just playing the career mode.
I'm not too sold on that really. It's this year. Well, let's go on to the games I've been playing. Pro Evo, I bought that. Pro Evo 27 bought.
Thoughts?
Bought.
I know you. I know you bought it. Yeah. What are you?
I bought FIFA.
What are your thoughts on it? I mean,
I brought home from the shop where I bought.
I thought to buy it, and then when I thought to buy it, I then brought it.
I brought it from the shop where I bought it
because it was.
Anyway, let's stop this.
Your podcast, yeah.
I like it. It's good. It's good. I'm just not.
You didn't really play 2016 though.
No. Oh, yes, I did. I did. I had it on the. But I've got sort of. I mean, actually, now I've got a little spare room which I call the office, the game room, and I've got my Xbox One.
You've like got a
little... No. It's not a man cave. I haven't got piles of games all on the wall.
Abandoned for several hours while you go off and.
I do abandon the girlfriend and come in here, but it does make a really nice sort of gaming environment to sort of sit and chill out in here, and I'm actually enjoying the Xbox One.
You got an Xbox now?
I've got an Xbone, and I was always a big. If you listen to the earlier ones, I was very sort of negative about it.
Yeah, you were Spencer. You were a bit of a,
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm enjoying it now. But I'm not. No, it's the old one.
Yeah.
Right.
Old Boxy, as it's known.
Old Boxy, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll nearly finish the sentence, Trevor. Nearly finished the sentence.
Yeah, in there.
I'll nearly finish this sentence. No, exactly. Right, but I'm not going to buy any multi-platform games. I did get Pro Evo for the simple reason is for a football game, it doesn't use a hell of a lot of power. So I thought, well, that'll be fine on there. And I'll buy all of the exclusives. And that goes neatly on to my next game, Gears of War 4, which I've nearly finished, and it's an absolutely smashing game. It's just mindless. The story, I don't know what it's going on about. Something about your family, you're this, you're that. You have to save someone, and whenever you get to somewhere, the door locks, and you have to go another way that you already know. Exactly, but it's just mindless, going forward, shooting everything, with big set pieces, and I'm genuinely really enjoying it. And
were you dressed as Marcus Fenix when you were playing it?
No. There's no. I don't do cosplay.
Yeah, in your heart, Marcus Fenix.
In my room by myself. No.
Yeah. So it's good then.
It's good. Have you got Gears of War?
I only played the first two.
Yes.
I really like them.
Yes.
I haven't got to. There's 3, and then there's like Judgment, I think, is the other one.
Well, forget about Judgment.
You're not Marcus Fenix, though, are you? You're just some like.
Yeah. It's. I'll be honest with you. It's not sort of, but it has got a story in there. But it's kind of. It's you do sort of one set piece and you get marked on it, and then you do another set piece and you get marked on it, and it's kind of like, well, that's not what you want. I want to. A story going through it and all this. It's sending you a link. Now,
Bigger Worldwide Soccer. Sorry, that was good.
I know you like your football stadiums and things like that. Have you heard about Forest Green's new stadium?
Yeah, I saw it. It's amazing, isn't it? It's made
it looks
or something.
It looks absolutely phenomenal, and it's designed by one of the best architects in the country, Zaha Hadid Architects. And normally, football stadiums at this level, that's in the National League Premier. They are. Yeah. I'm not taking anything away from them, but they're usually, 2 porta cabins on top of each other with some old concrete steps going up, and
they've got
what you stand on
for Forest Green Rovers. He's been on done little spotlights on him on the BBC and stuff. He's like this crazy green. He's really into preserving the environment and stuff. So he's going to get their stadium built out of wood.
Yeah,
and it looks good. The plans.
Oh yeah. The stadium looks it looks phenomenal. And I think, but if you actually look where Forest Green is, it's just a little sort of town that's very, very small in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's in Gloucester, isn't it?
It's just a small town of. I don't want to take anything away from it, but 10,000 people maybe.
A lot of our listeners are from Forest Green, so you don't want to offend them.
Well, I hope I haven't offended all our listeners from Forest Green.
I heard your team, Dover Athletic, that you got a new stand opening.
We have, yes, on the 19th of November.
Yeah,
our new stand.
500 seats in it.
Yes, I've seen you've done your research there.
Big time. I looked on their website.
Yeah, no, it's.
So you want to be there for the opening?
I don't know if I can get down there for that, to be honest.
FA Cup in it, I think, isn't it? They've got
FA Cup this Saturday. They're playing away to Cambridge.
Oh right, so I guess with the next game after that it'll open.
Yeah, something. I think the next home game maybe. Next home game.
Yeah.
Right, Trevor. What do you remember about classic computer game magazines?
Yeah, we should move off football, shouldn't we? Because it's not going to resonate with our core audience of people.
No, but
video games.
I was impressed with it, so I thought I'd share it with you.
It's good, no, it's good. There was a load. That, I mean, I'm a bit too young to remember the ones that a lot of people tend to go on about, like Crash and Zap 64.
Yeah.
I was born in 1983, so the Commodore 64. I mean, that was the first system I ever played ever. That was the first ever video games I played with Commodore 64. But I was 6 years old, so I wasn't too young to really be into magazines or anything. So that passed me by because I wasn't old enough. But it would have been in the 90s that I started getting them. And I mean, it was when I got pocket money. I always used to, because there was no internet.
No.
So the only way to know about what games are coming out was to either pick up the box in the shop and look on the back, or see what it is. There's a kiosk in Future Zone in Comet. You could have a go of it, but apart from that, it was magazines, wasn't it?
Exactly, and that's what I used to like about, because I used to get a magazine called Your Sinclair, and it probably wasn't the coolest magazine out there.
So you were a spec chum.
I was a spec chum, and that was always good because you always got a tape on the front. So the tape had 4 games on it. So there used to be a couple of demos maybe, and then 2 full games. And then when you're that age or quite young, and you're into computer games together. Oh wow, 2 free games here. Let's play these. And
that'd keep you going, wouldn't it, for like a month or so?
Exactly. Some of them were, I still remember them to this day. Actually, oh god, that was a really good game. I really enjoyed that one. And other things, I don't know. There just used to be, as all the information you got. There was nothing. There's nothing online because there wasn't online. There was, you got the magazines, and if they said a game was good or a game was coming out soon, or there was a big advert in there for some arcade game that's it's on the Spectrum, brilliant.
Way to know about this stuff.
So I remember when I was a kid seeing all these games. I used to love playing the movie conversions and stuff like that, because Ocean.
Yeah.
Now to me, when I was a kid. Now a lot of people say, "Oh no, Ocean! No, they made a load of rubbish."
It was good. Let's be honest. I mean,
of course. And I mean, I
not the 64 version, but the Spectrum version was all right.
I love seeing the Ocean logo on games, and that to me just said, "Oh, that's a good game. That's going to be quality." The same as stuff like US Gold, and now in hindsight, people always talk about Ultimate Play the Game, or it's a really good Melbourne House game. And I'm
seriously, you didn't play any of them. You were playing crap Ocean movie license.
Yeah, I'm sure some people did play them, but when I was 6 years old, I couldn't pick up the nuances of, I wanted to be, RoboCop. And shoot everyone. Sorry,
exactly.
Sorry for the humming. Got quite excited then.
Rendition.
Yeah, basically that's what I wanted, and I remember going for these magazines, and
I think the first one I ever remember, and it's ever seeing, would have been Commodore format, because my cousin had a Commodore 64, and that was the first video games I ever played. He always used to have a big old stack of them, and I'd grab one and have a look at it. I was only about 7, so it's more about the sort of the great artwork. So they'd really make an effort with that stuff in those days.
Exactly.
But the covers would be drawn. They'd hire like an artist to do the covers. And that got the power pack on the front, which had the games, like Your Sinclair, and there'd be 3 or 4. I've got a few of them. Actually, I got in a bundle of those power packs. But it's weird because Commodore format started like in 1990, so that was like when the Amiga was well established and the Mega Drive had come out.
That goes on to the next, because the original magazines, all I was interested in was the games. But then when I went on in years to come, things like Amiga format and Commodore format and Atari ST format and PC format, they were actually, I think they're to thank for a lot of people's who actually got into the computer industry, whether it was not fixing machines or networking with machines, and because they taught you so much, because you'd read all the Q&As like, I've got an error on my system, and then someone would go, you need to do this and do that, and then you'd read all these things, and then you would know, exactly, that's what I can do.
Amiga format used to do that, wasn't it? And have serious bits in there as well. Like, that was my favourite. That's one of my favourite all-time magazines, Amiga format. It had serious stuff, and it had the games as well.
Exactly. It was a good mix, and there were things like that. There were little projects in there, and
all over it was like new Amiga 600 bundle, and it was like 400 quid, and I was like, Dad, get me this, and it was like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
This is it had like the new. They had the Amiga 4000, and it'll have a really nice picture where they set it up on it. They would literally like take these pictures of them themselves. They put a nice little draped bit of grey fabric, and they'd put they'd ruffle it a little bit so it looked like sort of Greek or something. And then they'd just slap the Amiga 4000 with a monitor and the Tutankhamun deluxe paint, that iconic image, and it'd be like the price would be there. And even they were sort of interesting to read. even though they were just trying to sell you stuff.
I know, but we all like going onto Amazon or going through there and going, what should I buy? And in those days, it was all you had was adverts. And sort of, I've got a few of these old magazines in front of me, and you see the adverts they did then, and you see the adverts they do now. Now, the adverts they did then, you didn't have the internet to back things up. So quite a lot of the adverts were just lists of games with the prices next to them.
Yeah, exactly.
And then at the bottom, you filled in a form, you sent that off to someone.